All right, so we have a little bit of news to talk about here. I'm going to put my little self-made background music on because, of course, for YouTube, we have our own music. Let's get some Halloween music. A little bit of Halloween music on there. Absolutely fantastic. That is what I am talking about. With the submarine. Yeah, so a submarine, how are you doing? So we'll get a little bit of background music that I made myself, of course, because this is YouTube, and on YouTube, you make all the crap yourself. So that means you can't use copywritten music on YouTube. And so I pride myself on making my own music as well. And so that's what we've been doing, and I made some Halloween called the Jack-O-Lantern's Grin. All this other stuff, I don't put my own music out there. There was submarine. Thank God you're alive. So this is a concentrate pen. So right here, this has concentrate in it. And so I can paint it with this right here. And then it's a fantastic thing. It enhances the situation. So you just twist, little knob there, and a bead of concentrate comes out that you literally paint the recreational tool of your choice with. And in that way, you can oil your outsides of your J's, you see? And so it's a fantastic situation when it comes to really making it stand out as far as flavor and excellence. So what's up, America? We've got a little bit of news. How you doing, John? We've got a lot of news, actually. As you know, there's an active shooting situation, or was, out in New Hampshire. That active shooting situation is now over with, thank fucking God. At least one dead, several injured, unknown amount. Damn it. Oh, it is. It's just being stupid. Just wanting to be a dickhead, honey. I love you. My wife really is sexy, so it's got to be said. Let's see. That's probably good, right? Still coming out, though. Yikes. Anyway, sorry about that. So, New Hampshire shooting. At least one dead, multiple injured, one gunman taken into custody. Initially, it was said that there were two gunmen. Now we know that there is only one. The update on that is quite weird. Some people, unconfirmed reports that some people said they heard him say Free Palestine, while others are not exactly sure what that is. So the update on the mass shooting in New Hampshire is, and I'll get to it because I was sitting here following it, but I was really high. So, sorry about that. What's up, me? Or it's you. I said, what's up, me? What's up, Claire? Oh my God, I am fucking high. So, we have news coverage of this right now. Mass shooting at a country club in New Hampshire. One suspect in custody. Still an unknown number of gunshot victims. Multiple gunshot victims, with one dead at a country club in Nashua, New Hampshire, on the border with Massachusetts, almost. At least 3 people were taken to southern New Hampshire Medical Center. One man shot in the face. The country club was hosting a function, and people were also eating at Prime Restaurant when the gunman entered the facility and began shooting strangers. One witness said that the man yelled "Free Palestine" before shooting people. Well, thank you, Brenda, for being here. Thank you, Ruthie, for being here. What's up? So let me just say that one. What? Say what? Say what? Why? I'll say 7. So the news on this is saying that the guy said "Free Palestine" before shooting people. Video surveillance confirms it was just one man that's currently detained, being held on murder charges, or will be held on murder charges. So, the actual news says that witnesses say he yelled "Free Palestine" before shooting a wedding. So it was a wedding that was being held. And what's up, America? How you doing? South suburbs of Illinois? Trump Bagram. That's a weird thing. What's up, Dalton? How you doing? So let me get the news out here. Just an update for anybody that just got here. There was a mass shooting at a wedding at a country club in Nashua, New Hampshire, on the Massachusetts border in New Hampshire. The gunman's detained. He'll be charged with murder. 1 dead, at least 3 people taken to the medical center, several airlifted to other hospitals. Unknown amount of casualties. 1 man shot in the face. Gunman yelled "Free Palestine" before killing people. That's what the New Hampshire Free Press, or whatever the fuck it is here, is saying. You can find the story at patch.com/New Hampshire. As they say, update, mass casualty, witnesses said he yelled "Free Palestine" before opening fire on a wedding at a country club. So, that's what we know. 1 shooter now in custody, no further threat to the public, no other details given. So this, what I'm updating, was 9 minutes ago. So, there's live media reports. People are saying there's another suspect on the loose. I don't think that's the case. I've heard the police say that there was an all clear as far as there's not going to be anybody continuing to shoot. But 1 person's at least confirmed dead. Attackers in custody. We got the Free Palestine shit. Sole perpetrator of the attack. What's up, Stacy? So, unknown who it was. Kind of, yes. So, unknown who it was. Unknown the nationality, the race, the age. Any of that shit. Police are being very tight-lipped, except for people saying he yelled "Free Palestine" while he was shooting or before he shot people. So, that's where I'll leave that right now because, well, who fucking knows? So we'll find out. Thank you, Stacy. So, hundreds of thousands of products on Amazon have been recalled, including baby accessories ranging from bouncers to kids' bicycle helmets, over safety fears of fire hazard, suffocation hazard, safety issues. Hundreds of thousands of items have been recalled on Amazon per the U.S. Consumer Safety Products Commission. What's up? How you doing, Fred? And so that just happened. I talked about the mass attack in New Hampshire. That's ongoing. We'll get more of that. Then we have Trump talking shit to Pam Bondi now. As Trump is now releasing text messages listing Pam Bondi's failings and tells her, "I want Lindsay." Who the fuck is that? I hope not. He's a piece of shit. President Donald Trump has launched an extraordinary attack on Attorney General Pam Bondi over her failure to take deep state scalps. The president appears to leak private messages he sent to Pam Bondi accusing her of all talk, no action, and demanding successful prosecution of his political enemies. Trump listed off James Comey, Adam Schiff, Letitia James, claiming they're all guilty as hell, quote unquote. The president told Pam, we can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. I agree. Especially with the Epstein files. Marry me, I'm already married. Much of his fury was directed at the ongoing U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Eric Seibert, who declined to prosecute Letitia James for mortgage fraud over what he said was a lack of evidence. What's up, Marine? Seibert also failed to prosecute Comey after Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard accused him of threatening Trump in a social media post. Seibert resigned last week, but Trump, in his Truth Social post, claimed that he had been fired. He had even lied to the media, said he quit, and when he had no case, no, I fired him, and there was great cause. And many lawyers and legal pundits say so, Trump wrote. Trump floated a replacement for Seibert in the post saying, I want Lindsay Halligan, a member of the White House counsel who has a track record of defending the president in court, including a classified documents case. President Trump on Truth Social says, quote, Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements and posts saying that essentially the same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is going to be done. And we almost put the Democrats-supported U.S. attorney in Virginia with a really bad Republican past, a woke rhino who was never going to do his job. That's why two of the worst Dem senators pushed him so hard, even lied to the media and said he quit. And now we had no case. No, I fired him. There's a great case, blah, blah, blah. Justice needs to be served now. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now. President DJT to Pam Bondi. My thing is frozen up.
Mine is too.
Is it? Is it frozen up, or is the comments just nobody saying anything? I don't know. Comments have been weird on here, on YouTube. I'll check it here in a second if it's not. So that was Trump with Pam Bondi. Test. Okay, cool. Thank you. Good. I'm surprised. That's nice. So mass shooter I just talked about. Jimmy Kimmel is planning on doing a reset and coming back, saying that he'll apologize but won't directly apologize to the fucking kids or some shit like that. He's being a fucking douchebag, which I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. I'm here with you. Yeah, TikTok is easier to interact, but I am happy YouTube's on the way. They did just initiate GIFs, so they already have the super chats and all that shit, which I like super chats, but they have GIFs on here now, which is a first. So when I saw that yesterday, we did it. Worst chat on YouTube. And then you can't bring guests on. I'd like to bring guests on because I know people here that I would like to bring guests on with. So I have a feeling TikTok or YouTube will eventually get to that. It's just a matter of time. So veteran accused of killing his 3 daughters met grisly end according to evidence. So if you remember, there was a guy that killed his 3 daughters. So the possible remains of child killer Travis Decard indicates he may have met a grisly end according to detectives. The veteran and father of 3 had been missing since June after he suffocated his daughters, aged 9, 8, and 5. Earlier this week, police believe they found his remains, but they found at a grim discovery site. According to Morrison, they found 2 intact feet, clothing and other bodily remains strewn about the mountain, potentially eaten by wild animals. Good. Couldn't have happened to a nicer fuckbag. Officers reportedly noticed abnormalities in the steep wooded terrain, reviewed drone footage, and detectives were later airlifted to the area. It's not yet certain that the discovery's linked to the accused father. They'll have to do a DNA test, all that other shit. Forensics experts will try to determine how the individual died, along with how long he's been dead. Guy killed his 3 daughters. I don't give a fuck what happens to that idiot. Decard is said to have killed his 3 youngsters prior to a custody exchange with the mother because he was a fucking pussy. So I hope he got eaten by mountain lions, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck what happens to him. Veteran or not, you disgraced your fucking honor by killing your daughters. So getting eaten by wild animals is exactly what you deserve. Should have been while you're alive. Anyway, killed his 3 young daughters before a custody exchange. If the body's confirmed, there will be no foul play. It would bring an end to the case and to the region's largest manhunt. I hope he also expressed hope that there might be a resolution of some measure of closure for the ex-wife. There won't be. It's not going to bring the daughters back, but if you can rest easier at night, I feel like we at least accomplished something. Police have previously noted that the 32-year-old asshole, what's up, Joey, had an extensive wildlife survival training in the Army and an Army veteran, and a member of the Washington National Guard. Of course, in Washington State, almost impossible. Just the news today, just going over the news. What's up, Puerto Rico? I've never been there. I'd love to go. I've been to Jamaica and the Cayman Islands, but I never got around to Puerto Rico. Shit, I knew people that went there. They said they got some pretty good green. So, I'm sorry, I'm on YouTube, I can say it. Got some good weed down there. Search wore on. Authorities became less certain he was still alive. Authorities believe he may have been eaten by bears or other wildlife. So, fuck that asshole. It's all sticky. It's all sticky and gooey. Ah, I love you. You're fucking hot. So Donald Trump going after Pam Bondi, all that type of shit. Where? Is it legal in Puerto Rico? No shit. Oh man, why the fuck? Why are we not going there then? I mean, I have passports, but fuck it. If you got dude, if you got dispensaries, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll go to Puerto Rico instead. If you got, now I don't drink Coca-Cola that way. I can't do that. It's fucking bad. But if they got the dispensaries, if you got the poison, I got the remedy, baby. That's what I'm saying right there. So let's check that out. Oh, dude, that's ridiculous. Oh, my wife could get it because she's got a slight touch of the epilepsy, but I can't. Hell, I'm 43. I could probably drum up something wrong with me. You know, I mean, if not, I mean, you guys know me. My brain's fucked up, I'm sure. What? Oh, I do have vertigo. Yeah, I don't need a passport. That's what I was saying. One of these days, I was like, I want to take my wife overseas one of these days. So we have passports to do so, but I don't have the money to go there. So Democrat Ilhan Omar makes her most revolting claims about Charlie Kirk of all, saying that Charlie Kirk should be left in the dustbin of history. Squad member Ilhan Omar doubled down on because that's all Democrats can do is double down. I'm mad at Democrats because they're not leading. They're not producing legislation. They're just yelling. I want to see Democrats stop being mean and lead with fucking gusto. Like, lead with legislation. Like, stop making fun of Charlie Kirk. Make a law or repeal laws. Do better. Right? I mean, that's all it takes. Please, liberals. You have to see that I understand Republican people in the government are greedy as fuck. I got it, right? You don't have to tell me twice. I know the billionaires, the bailouts, I got it. But why are you Democrats not producing legislation? So if you don't like the big, beautiful bill, why didn't you try to stop it? Why didn't you try to produce better legislation to get Republicans on your side? right? When Trump was doing the big, beautiful bill, what'd you do? You sat there with your thumb up your ass. So I'm mad at you because you didn't lead. You're not leading. You're just sitting there. Trump, orange man bad. Great, wonderful. We know you hate Trump. You haven't stopped complaining about it for 8 years, going on 10. So why don't you produce legislation? And then what'll happen is if you win the midterms, which I figured you probably were going to win the midterms, Democrats, until Charlie Kirk died. Now I think you don't have a fucking prayer. But I knew Democrats, your Bernie voice, my buddy voice, how you doing there in Vermont? I never took a single penny from healthcare. Never. So it's like, if you Democrats would just lead and make law, make legislation, stop bitching so much. I mean, the squad members, you wanted the Green New Deal. No one could afford that. Now you have Ilhan Omar, which Minnesota is coming after her potentially for state level violations. And then you want to say, let's put it all on Charlie Kirk. He should be left in the dustbin of history. But what about you, asshole? What about you? You fucking have committed potentially a great deal of crimes. And now you're coming after Charlie Kirk's legacy. My whole thing is Democrats are doing a disservice to themselves by openly celebrating a man's death. Not because of your policy, but because you look like a crypt keeper. I mean, can't Democrats understand that? Like Republicans, I understand that the government Republicans are greedy. Got it. You don't have to tell me twice. But when you look at the way the Democrats are doing it, the Democrats look like, now I'm not saying they all are, some of them are doing it in just fun or whatever, but you look demented. Do you understand? You look like you're a fucking ghoul. Like you're playing in a dead body. That's what you look like. It's like if I was walking in the woods, heard a rumor that she might be getting deported. Oh shit, that'd be hilarious. So like if I was walking in the woods and I saw someone playing in a dead body, that's what I think of with modern progressives because of the behavior during Charlie Kirk. You had two choices. You just left well enough alone and been silent, or make fun of a dead man. So like I remember the Westboro Baptist Church. So when I see Democrats making fun of it, Charlie Kirk, and saying they're going to protest the funeral, it reminds me of Fred Phelps protesting the soldiers with anti-gay messages. Yeah, I've seen it several times, John. It's like, if you Democrats protest Charlie Kirk's funeral, you're going to be the modern day Fred Phelps. You're not going to win a midterm with that. How are you going to protest a funeral and then win the midterms? How are you going to pull that off? The right will take that footage and they will punch you in the face with it for the next 600 years. And you know that. If you're sitting there and Charlie Kirk's casket comes out or whatever, and people are, no, fascist, they're going to use the image of a man's casket or, denounce the assassination. That would be perfect. But what they're going to do is they're going to protest the funeral. Trump's going to take that along with the Republicans, and they're going to take that footage. They're going to make memes and videos, put it on every news agency. It'll be hidden by some, but shown by others. And trust me, you don't have the ratings at MSNBC, CNN, and Huffington Post to get away with it. BG, what's up, America? Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about, Dylan. So it's like the Democrats will push for gun control. But now's not the day for it. Like, he's still warm, okay? You know what I'm saying? So let's give this a while. You know, like, he was dead. He was on the way to the hospital. Then he's dead. Within 20 minutes on TikTok of announcing his death, you were dancing on TikTok. The fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, I've seen a lot that don't mock him too. I'm just talking about the ones that do. And it's just like, look, it's a bad look for the future of any liberal, not just Democrats. Right? So this doesn't affect people that are progressive and the hard squad and all this. This affects Democrats that you can negotiate with, like Bill Maher Democrats, like fucking Jon Stewart Democrats, people that have a sense of logic, that aren't just frothing mouth with emotional communism. These people actually have, well, I could see it your way, but they could see it your way. You see what I'm saying? But mocking the death of the children, or mocking his death to the children and the wife, and like, that's ghoulish, fucked up behavior. That's what you do. Like, that's somebody that's equivalent of playing in a man's corpse. And so, what's up, America? How you doing? So when I see that shit and I say, Democrats, you're doing yourself a disservice. Thank you, Mabel Cat. And even the Democrats on TikTok doing it. It's like, you have to know. I know you're mentally fucked up. I got it, okay? Thank you, Mabel Cat. I know maybe you're mentally ill. You're having a health episode. You're whatever, right? I get it. But can't you see past your own malignant narcissism to say, man, maybe if we do this, this is probably going to get people to not vote Democrat. Like, can't you admit that? Like, somebody in Democrat leadership must come out and say, we denounce the assassination and political violence. Somebody has to speak up. And it can't come from a conservative. There's a test for that. You can't have, so like, if Steve Scalise comes out and says, we denounce the assassination, that doesn't mean anything. If Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi, God rest her drunk ass, or any of these other AOC, but you have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She could denounce the violence. She talked shit to Charlie Kirk. So Ilhan Omar, you could denounce the violence, talk shit to Charlie Kirk. Just somebody have a fucking soul. Somebody have a fucking sense of soul, a sense of goodness in them, saying, it's my enemy, but they didn't deserve to die. Why are you, it's so fucked up. Like, this didn't exist when I was growing up. Back in my day, right? This didn't exist when I was, like, nobody gave a fuck. Damn, that's strong. Who knew 2 forms of concentrate? Sorry, that's some strong weed, man. That's some strong shit. Anyway. But I just see, and whether you love him or not, or hate him, there was a guy named Dr. Michael Savage, and he's more of a right-wing libertarian. But he said something very true, which was, we're in a one-sided, slow civil war. You say, we're in a slow, really? And he's like, yeah. The right wing doesn't want a civil war. The left wing was open to attack. They shot Charlie Kirk. Now the right believes you declared war on them. What the fuck? I think we need to take off from concentrate for a minute. That's some strong shit. How old are you? We're blocking you. Go fuck yourself. If I don't, I have severe vertigo, so eat my shit. You're how old and you still smoke weed? Well, I have vestibular neuritis, so unless you can cure a nerve disease that makes my balance fucked up, then I don't know what to tell you. I love when people assault and harass a disabled guy. Yeah, I have a nerve disorder that affects my balance. It's in this side, and it goes from the cochlear. There's nerves that go to my brain, and one of them's fucked up and dead. And so I randomly start rolling over with vertigo, and sometimes I can't drive a car. So it's real difficult to make things work. But then you say, oh, well, I'm going to talk shit to that guy. It's like, there's a lot of fucking demons, aren't there? There's a lot of ghoulish fucking people out there. Bunch of sick motherfuckers, aren't there? But I don't reveal that generally to people because, well, I don't want to sound like I'm having an issue. You know, I have MS. Yeah, exactly. Damn right, Mabel Cat. So if I take this shit, I don't have a balance disorder as much. The medicine I could get, they won't give me here because you might be a drug addict. Yeah, you can't take Valium, which would stop the spinning, by the way, and mescaline. You take them together. No, that's people talking shit to cancer. Jesus. So in order to stop this vestibular neuritis that I have in my head, the balance disorder, you have to take mescaline and Valium. That's the treatment. But in America, especially here, if you get Valium, you're drug seeking. Right? You can't have that. Probably a little. So you'd be drug seeking. So if they gave me 5 Valiums once. That's it. Otherwise, I was a drug addict. And I'm like, this health system in America is fuck you. Like, are you serious? This is like a fucking clown show. I mean, this is like, I swear, the fucking ER doctors had clown shoes on. Coming out, honk, 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 honk. We know you had, they kicked me out of the hospital and gave me a free bus pass. Like I was homeless. And I was like, I have a wife and a job. I'm not homeless or drug addict, you dumb fuck. And it's like, oh, you just have vertigo. I was like, I was vomiting profusely. I couldn't stand. And they were like, no, you're fine. I'm like, I'm fine? In what universe is this fine? I'm flopping on like a fish and that's fine? The fuck is wrong with you idiots? Well, you know how it is. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm used to something called medical care. Not something called get to the trenches and we'll just bury you. What the fuck? Anyway. So, Turning Point USA reveals the identity of a gunman who snuck into the Charlie Kirk Memorial Arena and why he was there. Look at this guy. Gee, I wonder what side he's on. An armed man claiming to be law enforcement officer at the site of the Charlie Kirk Memorial in Arizona was identified as Joshua Runcleys by authorities. A 42-year-old man seen carrying 2 guns and knives when he was apprehended at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona on Friday, according to a probable cause statement filed in court that was obtained by Fox Fuck News. In a twist, Turning Point USA spokesman Andrew Colvett later came out and said Runkles was doing advanced security for a known guest. Yes, I'll probably be on TikTok for the funeral, or I don't know, should I be on TikTok or here? Because it'll be recording another, because I don't have access, I'm not there, so.
TikTok will restrict it.
YouTube will copyright it.
If it's on YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll see what happens. Yeah, not gay, sorry, buddy. Although we know, great deal, we have family members that, see, look at this this is what I'm talking about. I know you're like teenagers and shit, but grow the fuck up. We do not believe this person was attempting anything nefarious. He was charged, however, with impersonating a police officer and carrying a weapon into a prohibited space. The state says that conservatives and Trump called for Kimmel's head as if we Need to some. Oh yeah, they're doing a bat signal for crazy people. Around 12:15 p.m. on Friday, an officer with the Arizona Department of Public Safety encountered Runkles, who claimed he was working security detail through Turning Point USA, according to a court document. When asked to identify himself, Runkles allegedly presented a badge with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office from Idaho and an identification card. Officers then asked Runkles if he was armed. Per the document, he said yes, was turned away at the gate by personnel who told him he'd have to contact representatives with Turning Point USA if he wanted to be let in. At roughly 2 p.m., Runkles was seen inside the stadium. According to the probable cause statement, it's unclear how he gained access. Probably just broke the fuck in. Most shocking story? Well, shit.
You were live when Trump got
I was live when Trump got shot. I was nearly live when I was pretty much about to go live. We went live almost after Charlie Kirk got shot. I found a story where a person... Shit, the bed's on fire. No shit. No, carpet. So one of the worst stories I ever covered was, I can't remember what state it was in, but this family, I can't remember what state it was in. It was two white people, a husband and wife, and they had adopted like 4 black kids, and they were using them as slaves on their property and locking them in a barn at night to sleep with the animals. So that's probably one of the worst ones I've seen. I mean, other than the mass death, but I'm kind of desensitized to mass death. It doesn't really, like, I know it sounds bad, but like Charlie Kirk getting shot was shocking. I've seen, like, it's been kind of just normalized to me. I know that sounds bad. Yeah, we're good, Mabel Cat. So I know it sounds like I shouldn't be desensitized to violence. What? Only slightly. But I'm desensitized to violence. Like, I was 25 or so when like Live Leaks was big and O'Gorish and shit. I've seen all this crap, the cartel violence and all this. So when I see it, it's shocking the person that's dead, but not the act of it. I've been to 25 or 30 funerals in my life. You know, you kind of get used to it a little bit, almost. With some nostalgic views on it. And so I don't want to say that you get used to death, but it's just always kind of there. Like, that's one thing you're sure in life is death. That's like straight up. And you're going to see a lot of it. You're going to see a lot of it on... They're not going to show... Yeah, Faces of Death. Yeah, I remember those. And they're not going to show you the death on the mainstream news. They're not going to show you anything more than squiggles. But when you go on X, when you go on other platforms, even YouTube sometimes, you see the abject death. You see the bodies. You know what it is. You saw what ISIS did to those fucking people. And you look at it and you say, I want to kill the people that do that shit. But then you know you're in America. You can't do it. If you stop working, you'll starve to death and you'll be evicted from your fucking house. Right? They'll take it over and they'll give it to a refugee or somebody that came from Mexico. So, pretty much, your limit, you have a limit of your power here. Now, everybody keeps saying, oh, you're unlimited in power. That's not actually true, though. Where at? Over on Charlie Kirk's funeral? Trump's going to be there, by the way. And so I'm just like, I don't know, man. I studied World War II a lot. You know what I mean? And so I knew about the concentration camps and all this other shit. This was before they would censor the fucking footage. So I saw the bodies. I saw the realities of it. All the conspiracy theories people talk about, I know a lot of them are fucking absolute bullshit. Because I've seen enough to know it's real. What's up, Dink? So, like, I know my history enough. Like, when I see people argue about flat Earth, it's like the dumbest shit. I'm like, how stupid can you be to believe the Earth is flat? How dumb are you? The Earth is not flat. I mean, that's dumb as shit. The Earth is round. It's a sphere of some near kind. Only a stupid person would believe the Earth is flat. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any argument for you. Like, it's just you're just wrong. You're incorrect. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about if you believe. Yeah, I know exactly. It's true, but the reason I say this is because the flat Earth thing is a normalization of dumb fuckery, right? So it's a normalization of stupidity. So it's like everybody has a normalization of what reality is. So everybody just knows the Earth. Now, oh shit, S.L. Davis. So everybody knows the Earth is round. Then you go on things like TikTok and people are like, no, it's not. And I'm like, you just look at it, you're like, the fuck's wrong with you? They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how can you not believe that? Like, I've been in an airplane. I've seen a sunset twice. I've seen power lines arc over the fucking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, how stupid can someone possibly be to just be like, oh yeah, I see the curve too of the power lines, but that's just an optical illusion. What about a sunset? Oh, it doesn't set. It just goes off in the distance. Are you, what? What the fuck? Like, dude, it's not difficult to, so we follow a moving ball? Yes. That's what a massive object does. We can recreate it in a fucking classroom environment. When you have a heavy object and just nothingness, it creates a negative force. So, like if you have a flat plane of space like this and there's an object here, it distorts the fucking shit. And that distortion is the mass, and that mass pulls things in. Like if you ever did one of those things where you put the quarter in it when you were a little kid, and it would spin around all the way until it got to the middle and went real fast into the thing that was like trying to get donations for Riley Hospital or whatever the fuck it was. That's the same concept. And the object that you're going around like the quarter is moving in space. And that shit is going around the sun. So like you have the moon following you, like it's still going around you, but it's not doing what you think. Yeah, and then you're following, that's following Earth. And then Earth is following the sun because that's a bigger force that distorts the space. Then you go, what do you want from me? It's gravity. Right? Gravity pulls objects that are in the mass. What the fuck do you want from me? I may stutter, but you know I'm right. And then so that moves because the galaxy rotates as well. And so there are some stars that go against it. Most of it go with the rotation. I don't know what to tell you. That's what it is. And then the galaxies also move. Some independently, most independently, some in unison. I've seen little bits of that, but I don't know how much effect they have on each other because they're generally further apart than the stars would have effects. Most of space is negative space. It's just nothingness, but it's never nothing. There's actually bits of energy in the vacuum. So a vacuum's not even nothingness. You see what I'm saying? And if you say anything religious with this, I'm not going to hear it. I'm not talking about religion. Right? But the earth is not flat. And the reason I know that's because I've seen the sunset twice. I've flown to other countries before. So, like, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I took off in Los Angeles right after the sunset. About 10 minutes after the sunset, I took off in a 747-400 going to Brisbane. Well, I was going to Sydney, then to Brisbane. So, within half hour or so, the sun had come back up again over the horizon, and it continued to slightly go up until we reached a cruising altitude, and then the sun set a second time. Now, the reason is because of line of sight. So when you're on the ground, you can only see, and you can't see over the fucking horizon, right? Got it? But when you're in an airplane and you go higher, you can see around. So you're on the ground, you can only see this one direction. Can't see this way or this way. Unless you tilt your head, you can only see this way. When you're in an airplane, that same line of sight goes like this, and now you can see over the fucking horizon, which is a second sunset. You see what I'm saying? That's how that works. There's no way anybody can go against that fact. There's no argument to refute any of that. You can't piss that away. You can't talk shit away. You can't say I'm stupid away. That's just, you have to explain that fact. If you're a flat earther, you have to explain how that's even possible. And you won't be able to explain it because it's not possible on the fucking earth with corners. Fucking duh. Jesus Christ. How can a flat earther say it's pseudoscience when a majority of flat earthers are unwilling? Yeah, they won't even do the experiment. So it's like going to 747, make sure the flight's right at sunset. Has to take off. See the two sunset effect? And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Any pilot you ask will say the exact same thing. Well, I've seen pilots that say it's flat. Yes, they were baited into questioning. The way they asked it, it was saying, well, do you see a curve when you're up there? You're seeing it a higher aspect of it. You could see a curve if you had something that started where you were and went off the same way from the same line of sight. You see what I'm saying? And the same with the mountain, too. It has its limits. When you're up higher, you can see further. It's plain and simple. So it looks slightly different, but no, it does curve as well. That's the realities. And when you go way into space, you can see that. Well, those are just wide-angle lenses. Doesn't matter. Wide angle or not, the curve still exists. If it's wide angle, if you flatten it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The curve is just less pronounced. It's still fucking 25,000 miles in diameter. Is there an ice wall? No, absolutely not. Now, as an anthropologist, I'm aware of human civilization and remnants of it existing in Antarctica. That's been documented several times by Admiral Byrd, who did a fucking expedition with several thousand men. It wouldn't be far off for Proto-Polynesian societies or even South American societies to make their way down there. It'd be very hard in the Straits of Magellan, so I probably would say not from South America. It would probably come from people that were had any type of ability to use outrigger canoes coming from New Zealand, or if the Polynesian societies. I have a focus in Pacific archaeology, so I know a little something about this. So like New Zealand had outrigger canoes that could go 1,000 miles. Some of the Polynesian islands could. If you sailed due south and you went far enough, it would be a hell of a trip and you would die more than likely. But if the very off chance somebody got there, there is technically ruins, if you want to call it that, on the very outskirt edges of some areas. But that's debated on where it came from and how fucking old it is. But I digress. It's not an ice wall. That's yeah. Sorry. I just had to go into that because I can't stand flat earthers. Okay, so Jimmy Kimmel is preparing a sensational return to television after being suspended indefinitely over Charlie Kirk's comments. Jimmy Kimmel is working with ABC's parent company, Disney, to bring his late night show back after it was indefinitely suspended due to his monologue about Charlie Kirk, according to insiders. 3 sources with knowledge of the conversations told Variety magazine that compromises are in the works for Jimmy Kimmel Live to return to television. Please, God, no. Sinclair, the media organization that owns multiple ABC affiliates, previously called on Jimmy Kimmel to apologize and also to donate to Turning Point USA. Another major station owner, Nexstar, announced it would pull Kimmel's show from their station following comments from FCC Commissioner Chair Brandon Carr, which alluded to actions against ABC. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, he said. Companies can find ways to change conduct, blah, 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 blah. So then Disney announced that they were going to suspend Jimmy Kimmel indefinitely, sparking widespread backlash from liberals over free speech concerns who didn't give a fuck when they were... yeah, I know. That's kind of crazy. I know. But then, of course, liberals who are worried about free speech weren't worried about free speech when they were canceling conservatives. So cry harder when I talk about that. Because that's the one thing, I don't like the donation thing, that's a fucked up thing. But liberals bitching about free speech, they've been purveyors of canceling people for the better part of a decade. So I have no sympathy for liberals that lose their job over this shit. That's my position. And the reason I have no sympathy is because liberals created cancel culture. Liberals were the ones that were trolling the internet, trying to find comments that were racially charged and getting that someone said when they were 14 and getting them fired from a job now when they're 30. Being like, oh, a person can't change at all. So the person's working at a company. He's a left-wing individual that only votes Democrat that's married to a black woman now. And you're coming after him for a Nazi comment when he was 14. Clearly, the guy changed his life, but you haven't been able to figure it out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you started cancel culture. When people wouldn't get the coronavirus shot, you were getting them thrown out of their jobs, canceled, taken down, blah, blah, blah. You didn't give a fuck then, so why should we give a fuck now? It's good for the goose, good for the gander. Fuck you, asshole. Will it all stop and slow down? It will, once the conservatives have had their fill. But you can't come after people.
That wasn't right.
What?
That wasn't right.
When will it what? What did I say?
Once whatever got their fill, and they something about it.
Once the conservatives get their fill, at some point they will.
Something like that.
Nice. I love you. Do you think humans made the Egyptian pyramids? It's hard to say.
I think so.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who. I know the pyramids are much older, and I know about the rooms in the basement. I've got videos on here about that. Very nice. But yeah, so that's my thing on the cancel culture. It doesn't mean shit to me. Exactly. And the Democrats are done, basically. So they're not going to win. I want to see a poll of what I want to see a poll of where the Democrats are right now with favorability. Now, generally, there's a Real Clear Politics poll. Let's find out. So we've got a couple of places we can check here. You can tell the farmers are harvesting train going tonight. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. It is the allergies because I live in a crop area. Oh, man. Allergies are crushing it, aren't they, honey? It is like... Okay, so the Democrats have taken a slight hit in favorability. Not going to lie, the Democrats are now, technically speaking, they're at 33.9% favorable. Democrats are now 64% unfavorable, the highest unfavorability since January 2017 when this poll was taken. So the Democrats' unfavorability rating is amazingly low. Or amazingly high. And the favorability rating is very low. So Democrats are doing something wrong. Right? Everybody's agreeing. 64% of people say Democrats are unfavorable. If you look at what I'm looking at, and it's been being tracked since 2017, this is the worst it's ever been. There's no debate. This last poll was updated. When did Charlie Kirk die? The 10th. This poll was last updated September 14th, 2025. And it is the worst unfavorability rating for Democrats ever. Only 2% don't know what party they stand with. So, as of now, Democrats are done. Now, under the age of 30, Democrat favorability has dropped from 64% among people under 30 a couple of days before Charlie Kirk was shot to now 37% favorability after. So according to people under 30, Democrats lost half of their fucking favorability by people under 30. That's crazy. People 30 to 44, Democrats are once again the most unfavorable they've ever been. People age 45 to 64, Democrats have a 28% favorability, 68% unfavorability, and age 65 plus, it's about 37% favorable, 61% unfavorable. So Democrats are hemorrhaging absolutely everybody. So what they're doing is not helping them. That's the one thing. I'm trying to figure out who will run. I still think they'll do J.D. Vance versus, I think it might be Newsom. So listen to this. This is the first time this has been like this. It's people with college graduates or people with a bachelor's degree have 60% unfavorable rating of Democrats, 38% favorable. Post-grad, like people who went to grad school like me, 58% now are against Democrats. That is the first time it's ever been like that. Anybody postgraduate generally votes Democrat. This is the first time the numbers have been inversed or transverse, where the fucking Democrats are now at 39% favorability and 58% unfavorable. That is insane. For no high school, it's about the same as people with a college degree. So, regardless of age. Gender, men see, okay, so listen to this. For Democrats, 27% favorability with men, 71% unfavorable for women, or for men. Women, 39% favorable for Democrats, 57% unfavorable. Once again, one of the first times that women have now, and since 2017, have said that Republicans are more favorable, which is insane. Democrats obviously say that, so listen to this. Democrats were at 94% favorable before. Now Democrats in their own party, only 77% think it's favorable. So 21.5% of Democrats think Democrats are unfavorable. Republicans, 95.4% of Republicans think I'm reading it wrong. 95.4% of Republicans think that Democrats are unfavorable. Only 3.9% of Republicans think the Democrats are favorable. So when Biden was in charge, up to 15% of Republicans thought Democrats were favorable. So this is huge. Independents are pulling away, and they also think 71% of independents think that Democrats are unfavorable. Now, as far as race, white people, you have 64.6% of white people think Democrats are unfavorable. 28.9% of white people think Democrats are favorable. Black people, 59% of black people think Democrats are favorable, but 36% think they're unfavorable since Charlie Kirk was killed. That's up from 23%. So the Democrats are hemorrhaging black voters. Hispanic population, 60% see Democrats as unfavorable, 38% see them as favorable. So the Hispanic population is turning on Democrats, and other more traditional like China or Asian populations. So Asian populations are 65% against Democrats. So I told you Asian people were conservative, and they are. They vote conservative, or at least they don't like Democrats. So that's the latest Democrat favorability polls that are going on. So since Charlie Kirk was dead, been shot, the Democrats are hemorrhaging so many people as far as support is concerned that I've never seen anything like it. It's the worst since the polling started in 2017. And that if there, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's just what we're seeing here. You can make that what you want. If you think that's good or bad, that's up to you. But that's the ratings right now. And there we go. So anyway, don't forget to heart and share. Subscribe if you're new here. Or follow me on TikTok. I've got almost 280,000 over there. But I figured I'd give YouTube a try because I like it better. We can change it. Attorney, okay, so radical left attorney. Okay, so if you didn't know, ABC was shot yesterday. Somebody did a drive-by shooting on ABC's, one of their affiliate networks. So now a radical leftist attorney was arrested for shooting up ABC after a pro-Kimmel protest. So that's coming out from a local ABC affiliate. Some people say that something very bad is upcoming. Like I said, Democrats were talking about protesting a funeral. Don't do that, please. Democrats, don't protest Charlie Kirk's funeral. Don't do that. Don't be like that. You're going to tank in your polls. The destiny of the republic is not chaotic. Oh, God, Andrew Tate. Ugh. And Tyler Robinson is a lone nut. Israel did not have anything to do with killing Charlie Kirk. Stop it. Stop being stupid, please. I mean, we have to, but I think there's crazies out there. So you got to monitor social media for some of this fucked up shit. So I see it, and people are talking about suspected his wife was cheating. Said she's going to work. Obviously not at work. And met a guy. There you go. So what did this dude do? Hold on. Suspects his wife is cheating but thinks it's a lie. So, what the fuck did he do? Set up a camera. His wife, he set up a camera under the bed. His wife goes to work. He leaves for work. He's got the camera going on his phone. He leaves and waits, and he sees another guy coming over. So he comes around and comes back to divorce her. What do you think about that, honey? Putting a camera under the bed to see what's going on? So, that's fucked. Okay, there we go. I guess that's news. That's on the London Daily Mail, so whatever. Zohran Mamdani will be winning as mayor of New York. I understand a lot of people don't like that. But he will be winning right now in the next couple of however long. It's very, very obvious at this point that he will win. So do what you want with that. But I don't see any way that anybody else is going to win. So as of right now, I mean, this is what we're looking at. So if you want to know about New York's mayor race, this is big. Zohran Mamdani is at 43.8%. The next contender is Andrew Cuomo with 25.2. Then you have Curtis Sliwa at 14.4 and Eric Adams at 8.8. So even if Sliwa and Adams dropped out of the race, Mamdani would get some more of those people, Cuomo would get most, and Mamdani would still win by like 6 or 8 points. So the latest polling is showing that Zohran Mamdani is up between 15 and 22% over everybody else. So there's almost no way this dude is going to lose. What's our thought on what?
Bread.
On bread? I like bread. By the way, speaking of bread, don't forget to subscribe here and gift. They apparently allow gifts here on TikTok. They call them, or on YouTube, they call them rubies. I have a Cash App and a Venmo and a merch store also. So check that shit out. Follow me on TikTok, Hello America Sup, and X, Hello America Sup. If you don't like me, fuck you, block me, and all that shit. But there's almost no way that Zohran Mamdani can win or lose unless he's like, you know, fucking fitted for a rapist or something. So that's what it is. I'd like to see legal marijuana. I don't know what the deal is with that. Trump, what the fuck? Yeah, should we? No, not recreationalists. Absolutely not. You should legalize marijuana or decriminalize it so states can decide either to not arrest you or sell it. And you should increase the penalties for fentanyl and crack, cocaine, that type of shit. So you increase the penalties for that and you decrease the penalties for recreational weed. Because nobody gives a fuck and you need to chill out anyway. People are too assholish with the liquor. So yeah, Mamdani up an average of 18.6 points. And that's about it. What's up, Tony? So what do you want from me? I'm tired. I'm pretty tired there, Jenny. So I'm probably going to get off here. And that's about the news. You can go check out several news aggregate sites. They have them. I'm not your research monkey. And Russia is planning on fucking some shit up. So we'll probably be hearing some more from Russia as they continue to attack Ukraine. Sorry about it. And that's where we're at. So, pizza and broccoli. No shit. So, if you like me, subscribe. If you don't like me, hide me from your page. I don't give a fuck. If you're rich, gift me. Cash App and Venmo here. They allow gifts here too, so that's nice. And if you have a lot of money and you want me to film the funeral tomorrow, to get me, my wife, and 2 kids down there in a hotel, we'd probably have to have $2,000, so you can give me $2,000. Few places I've lived in Australia twice. I've been to favorite place. I love Brisbane, Australia. Or Cairns. I liked Pompeii, and I liked Rome. I don't think my wife liked Rome. You were all right with it. I liked our hotel. It was nice. Yeah, she did like Pompeii. I have pieces of Pompeii. But me and my wife went there when we got married. And that was fun. And I haven't been back to Europe because I'm not rich. And it cost me everything to live under Joe Biden. So it was very difficult to make ends meet. Like, I don't know, man. It was bad. Like, nobody had anything under Joe Biden. Thank you, Tony. I mean, am I right? Nobody had shit under Joe Biden. It was double the cost. It still is. Trump hasn't fixed it that fucking much. Prices are going up. Insurance is up. Cars, average used cars, $28,000. Average new car. Thank you, Kippers. Hell yes. Average new car is $48,000. We're what does it say? 1 in 5 people have a car payment of $1,000. The average car payment's $780. Average insurance $150 a month. Utility costs are going up. No one knows why. Nobody knows why. What the fuck? Why are utility costs going up? Right? Electricity's supposed to double. Gas is doubling. What the fuck is going on here? Why is meat price? I know why meat prices are so high, but like it's very apparent nobody's doing anything to help anybody. You say, well, the president doesn't set prices, right, liberals? Yeah, I know. And then the liberals say, well, it's like the companies are obviously fucking us. They're raping us. And I don't have to say grape here. The companies are raping us. Bending me over and fucking me. That's what they're doing. The old in out financially. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck. Don't you have enough money? Don't you have enough profit? Isn't it? When's enough for you? You can buy Mars and nobody's even there. And whatever. How much fucking money do you fucks need? Like $6.6 trillion for the top 400 people. 2.3 trillion for the rest of 330 million. So how the fuck is that working for us? It's not. We're all fucked. Nobody has shit. We all know it. And that's America. Do I like Walmart? Fuck no. And fuck BlackRock too. Fuck you, BlackRock. And the big thing is like we can have it all, but they took it all and nobody's doing anything because you're so worried I'm gonna lose my meager possessions and my processed plastic food. You know what I'm saying? That, oh my God. And all of us are just waiting. Is it going to ever get better? No, they're going to do it. They're going to pound you into the ground till you die. That's it. Thank you, Joshua. And nobody's ever going to stop it. Nobody gives a fuck. It's like, why? Why can't you just break up BlackRock? That's one of the big problems. Why can't you have term limits or no lobbying? Why can't you get rid of private prisons? No Citizens United. Get rid of the Patriot Act. It's not fucking hard. Stop taxing poor people. The rich have $6.6 trillion. You don't need my money, you fucking dickhead. Anyway, whatever. Thank you. Why was that asshole talking shit? Yeah, the guy's like, shut up. It's like, well, that guy sucks. And yes, thank you, Joshua. Is that what he said? And were he still here? Oh, well, fuck that asshole. Thoughts on alligator Alcatraz? That's different. I'll give it that. Apparently, there's a bunch more. So, one in Indiana called the Speedway Slammer. That's another alligator Alcatraz. It's up in Kokomo or Peru, Indiana. I drove by it once. There's one in Nebraska called the Cornhusker Clink. Isn't there another couple of them? That's it. It's I don't know. It's like, what are you gonna do? They're gonna deport a bunch of people. You're not gonna stop it. Nobody's gonna stop anything. Nobody has any power. We're just sitting there. So we don't give a fuck. We just let it happen. And you know it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about it. And on top of that, the president doesn't have that much power. Not like you think. It's a checks and balances system. But I would say that the Democrats were going to win the midterms. I don't think the Democrats have a snowball's chance in hell right now of winning a goddamn thing. I don't think Democrats can get elected dog catcher outside of their very heavy enclaves. We're like 75% vote Democrat. I think it's the behavior of people online, Gesundheit, from how they behaved with Charlie Kirk was one of the nails in the coffins of the Democrats. I've never seen, and like all the Democrats had to do, and this is what I'm talking about with the leadership. The Democrats can't lead because if a Democrat came out like Bernie Sanders and was like, all right, everybody, you need to talk, we need to stop. We're going to fucking denounce the violence. We're going to denounce this assassination. Nobody should die for the political beliefs. Okay? Nobody. Nobody in Vermont, nobody. Bernie Sanders. But nobody said any of that shit. Nobody denounced the violence. That's why the Democrats are tanking. And so if you don't denounce the violence, you won't gonna win in the midterms. And this is what I'm saying. Tomorrow is a very important day. Oh, Dalton, it'll be a matter of days. It's ridiculous. So tomorrow is a linchpin. So Charlie Kirk getting shot was the shot heard around the world, the declaration of civil war, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Nostalgic. But the bigger issue is how the Democrats handle the funeral. And this is the last thing I'll say. If the Democrats try to protest the funeral, you will not ever win again. Not for this foreseeable future. Because that footage will be played so much from now until the cows come home that you will never recover from that. You will have your protests where there's Charlie Kirk's motorcade coming in or whatever. And then you'll have a sign of somebody that says like, fuck Charlie Kirk. And that will be put on. Trump's TikTok is huge, right? It's huge, right? They will put that everywhere. It'll be on the news. It'll be on press releases. They will put that on everything. You will never fucking win if you protest that funeral. Mark my fucking words. Yeah, don't interrupt your enemy. Don't fuck your enemy up while they're making a mistake. Yeah. And that's kind of what they're doing. They're going to say like, well, we'll protest Charlie Kirk's funeral. It's like, you're going to lose. That'll be the death. That's the death throw. Then a third party must erupt to fucking fuck you up. Because Jesus Christ, man, that's insane. That's ghoulish shit. You look mentally ill. Right? Republicans look greedy, but you look mentally ill. I don't know how else to say it. You fucked up, son. You look mentally ill. Go get help. They need the fucking guys with the nets and the white suits. Anyway, I'm going to choose a different background tomorrow. So it's late. So don't forget to follow here on YouTube. Hello, America Sup. What's up, Youngstown? Dude, I'll be going up to Niagara Falls coming up. So this will be nice. Don't forget to follow on or subscribe on YouTube here. Could an independent ever win? Absolutely. That's what I want to be one day, or at least an independent congressman or senator. Absolutely. Because the other parties have failed us, so fuck those assholes. So anyway, subscribe here on this page. Go follow me on TikTok. Hello America Sup and the American Unity Party. It says Sup America, but it's the American Unity Party. Over on TikTok, follow me on X. Everything's Hello America Sup. And if you don't like me, block me, or on YouTube, hide me from your page. And fuck yourself. So that's what it is. We'll be back tomorrow, probably on TikTok first and then here again. So see you later.